All right, so hello everybody. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please say yes in the chat so that I know that everything is okay. So can you hear me? Yes? No? No? Yes? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. Let's type the question in the chat and see if it works. Can you hear me? Boom, boom, boom. Patricia said yes, I think. Yes, you can hear me. You guys can hear me. Yes, a lot of people are saying yes. All right, awesome. So hello, everyone. Beautiful people of the internet and from all around the world. Welcome to another Wednesday with Smrt live class here at Smrt English. All right, all of you are typing yes now. Great, cool. So I can see a lot of people are in the chat today. You guys are so excited to get the lesson started, which is always nice. So my usual suspects, my tribe, are here. So shout out to Julian and JB and Patricia and Rosa and Garima and Judith and who else do we have? We have Bisma. We have Mauricio. Patricia is also here. Abdul Manam, hello and welcome to the class. Nice to have you. Delia is also today in the class with us. And there's so many of you guys today. There's Jalal, there is Abdul Manam, and there is Lola and Jism or Gizm. I have no idea how to say that correctly. I hope that I'm saying it right. Igor. We have Andre. We have so many people today. It's awesome. Devrim. It's really cool. I'm very happy when I have new students in the class. Really fun. Fatima just entered. Hello, Fatima. Welcome to the class. Thank you very much for coming. We have Waira. We have Sayed. We have Pilar. Welcome back to the class, Pilar. Thank you for coming back. Jamil is also here. Andre is here. Lots of you, which is fantastic. So good to have you guys with me. So thanks again for coming to my English class every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Vancouver time. If this is your first time here, my name is Karim, and I am I'm an English teacher here. I've been working at CCEL, Canadian College of English Learning, for about 6 years now, right? So just under 6 years, almost 6 years, and I also teach at the college, right? So I teach 2 courses at the college, and I also do the English here at CCEL. Julian is asking, how are you, Karim? Did you get your Timmies? Well, I buy coffee from the school. I don't. I probably should not say this online, since it's never going to go away. But I don't like Timmies very much. Not a big fan. Just don't tell anybody, right? So yeah, I don't really buy Timmy's that much. And if you guys don't know what Timmy's is, that's short for Tim Hortons, which is one of the largest coffee chains in Vancouver. So yes, I love coffee, but I am not a Timmy's. I'm not a Timmy's guy. Sami is also here. Welcome, Sami, to the class. Thank you for coming. Yancy Martinez is also here. Welcome, Yancy, to the class. Thank you for coming. Boom, boom, boom. Rosa is here. Rosa says, oh yes, it's the 18th class today. Yes, time does fly, Rosa, right? It feels like I just started doing this very recently. But yeah, it's time flies. It's already class number 18, which is pretty cool because I only do this once a week, right? So some other, I think Kent does it twice. I only do this once a week. So yeah, 18 weeks have already passed, which is kind of shocking, actually. All right, so let me give you the intro and tell you the things that I'm supposed to say before we start today. Ismail, hello Ismail, welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. Jose, welcome back, Jose. Nice to have you again. And Abdurrahim is also here. Hi, Abdurrahim. Nice to have you. So remember, you guys are watching this awesome show on. Let me make you see my screen. So I want to go smaller. It worked? Yes, it worked. I'm small. All right. So you guys are watching this fantastic show on Smrt English, which is the channel that you are watching this on right now. So please, if you have not done so already, make sure that you subscribe. Click that subscribe button and then click that little bell button so you guys know when the new classes are coming out. A lot of you, sometimes I find you ask these questions, right? When is the next class? When is the next class? When is the next class? On the Facebook group and sometimes in the chat. Well, if you subscribe and you hit the bell button, it will tell you, you see all these upcoming streams, it will tell you when is the next one, right? So you're going to get notifications and you guys will know when the new classes are going to be. Abdelmanam says he doesn't speak Arabic, does he? Not on the show, no, not on the channel. It's an English class, so I don't speak Arabic, but I can. Yes, I have the ability to speak Arabic. I just don't. It's an English class. I don't speak Arabic in English class. So yeah, so you guys are watching this again. Remember, Smart English. So subscribe, hit the bell, and more importantly, like Julian is saying in the chat, if you guys scroll down just a little bit, you will see my face and you will see Sean's face. And please don't do anything. Just you can look at Sean's face, but don't do anything. But click on my face, right? So if you click on my face, it will take you to this channel, which is the Smart English with Karim, right? So this is my my smaller channel under Smart that I also do some things for Smrt for, right? So you can go there and you'll find that I post some videos, Vancouver out and about. So I film short videos about Vancouver when I'm walking around or doing things or going to places. And then I also do phrases with Karim, right? So as much as I can, I try, to make these very short videos, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes maximum, where phrases with Karim, I give you some phrases and I give you some examples with the phrases, and you guys can guess what the phrase means. So if you haven't, make sure you also go here and subscribe to my channel. So you guys have been doing an awesome job because we are up to almost 500 subscribers, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much for that. However, we are still not more than Sean. And this is why we're doing this, right? So our mission, if you come and join my tribe on my channel, our mission is to squash Sean's subscriber number, right? There's no reason. I just want to do this, right? I just want to beat Sean's subscriber number. After I do that, it can go down again, but I just want to do it, right? So I can say that I did it. So please, I will really appreciate it if you go to my channel, Smart English with Karim, Smart English with Karim, and click on the subscribe and the bell notification over there. Now, if you guys don't know, we also have a Facebook group, which is awesome. So you can find me again on Karim Smrt Live on Facebook. But what I want to show you is our group. So Smart English has a group on Facebook, and it's called Learn English on Facebook with Smrt, right? So Learn English on Facebook with Smrt. Please come and join us over there. It's a really nice group. We are almost 25,000 members in the group, which is great. That's fantastic. And it's a very good community, right? So everybody's really nice. People try to help each other out. You can ask questions about grammar, about whatever you want, really. And people always help each other out over there, right? And myself as well, right? If I have time, if Sean has time, if anybody has time, we try to answer your questions, right? So it's a cool group. I look forward to seeing you guys in the group. So please come and join us. Now, if you don't know, I also have another, or now it's the third, right? So I have another YouTube channel, but it's not English related, right? So this is my personal YouTube channel, and it is called Food AF. So if you guys like to eat, like most human beings, and you enjoy food, please come check out my food channel. It's called Food AF. If you just type on YouTube Food AF, it's the first thing that comes up. And I cook. So I make cooking videos, and yeah, I cook some things and I talk about food. It's a lot of fun. I like to have fun. And I think it's interesting. So you guys are welcome to come, and please also subscribe to my channel over there. You guys have actually been doing great. I'm noticing that a lot of people from the Smrt stream actually subscribe to my channel on YouTube after this, which is nice. I like you guys for that. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you like food, go over there, click the subscribe button, click the bell notification button. I try my best to put a new video out every week. And that's it. Yeah, so stay tuned for the new video this week, which should be out in about, I think, 2 days. I'm still editing it right now, but it's going to be good. It's about roast beef, the juiciest roast beef that you will ever taste. So wait for that in about 2 days. Okay, I think that is pretty much it. That's all the stuff that I have to say. All right. JB, don't say what. Yeah, JB, please. Let's keep it clean in the chat here, you guys, right? So this is PG-13, right? Let's keep the English classes PG-13, please. And no swear words or cuss words or anything like that, right? Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. All right. Now, before we start, you guys, of course, want to know who won movie quote of the week last week. So movie quote of the week last week was... Wyra's asking me, Karim, have you ever tried Peruvian food? No, I haven't, but I am very, very interested actually in trying it. So if you have any suggestions, like what are the best kind of foods that or what foods do you think I should try from Peru? I'll be very interested, because actually there's a Peruvian restaurant next to my house, but I don't know what to order, right? Because I have no idea about Peruvian food. So I'm dying to try it. So if you can give me some suggestions, I'll be very happy with that, and I'll go try it and I'll tell you about it. What does stay tuned mean? Stay tuned means stay tuned. So tune comes from, a long time ago, before technology and or before modern technology. To listen to the radio, you had to tune the channel, right? That means you had to find the correct frequency to be able to hear the channel that you want. So it's a very old way of saying stay tuned, right? That means stay on the channel and keep watching, or stay ready until next time. So yeah, it's an old way of saying just be ready, right? And watch this channel and wait for the new content. That's usually what it means. Stay tuned. Have you tried Moroccan food? Yes, I have tried Moroccan food. I love Moroccan food. It's very delicious. I like food in general, right? If it's food, I'll probably eat it, right? I don't mind trying food from everywhere. Who else is in the chat today? You guys are really asking a lot of stuff in the chat today. All right. Igor is saying stay clicked, which I guess is the modern version of stay tuned. Stay clicked. I like that. That's funny. All right, so last week, you guys, movie quote of the week was this, right? So remember, it was Lilo Dallas multipass. Yeah, multipass. Multipass. She knows it's a multipass. Lilo Dallas. This is my wife. And the winner for last week's movie quote of the week was Makawi. So Makawi 2, job well done. You were actually first. I think Summer was very, very, very close second. And then Patricia was a close third. But I'm sorry, Patricia, you did not get it. Makawi was actually first to answer. So good job, Makawi. A virtual high five to you. You got the movie quote of the week. All right, and please, guys, stick around today till the end of the class. I'm going to give you the new movie quote for this week. And what was the movie quote for this week? It's a good one, I think. Yeah, it's a funny one. It's one that I like. And it's a recent movie. Well, not that old, not so recent, but it's not super old either. Because I've been giving you guys a lot of old movies. Okay, so let's begin. I don't need this page anymore. So this week, we are going to be talking about making requests. So remember, this is from Smrt English, and this is from level 120, which is the intermediate, this is sort of the intermediate level in Smrt here, right? So if you guys remember, let me just very quickly show you what we did last week. The voice has gone off. Oh, is it? Can you guys hear me? Somebody's saying that my voice is gone. Can you guys hear me? I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. Yes, yes. Yes, okay, you guys can hear me. So I'm not sure if you guys are having problems hearing me. Try refreshing your page, right? So try to refresh. I'm just gonna type that in. Try to refresh. Yeah, because everything seems okay. Everybody else is saying that they can hear me just fine. Rosa was asking a good question that I want to clarify very quickly. Rosa said, "Is stick around the same meaning of stay tuned?" Yes, it's the same meaning, but we do not use them interchangeably, right? So stay tuned is more common for TV shows, TV programs, radio shows, radio programs. So shows, right? Things that you watch on some kind of medium, right? So on the radio or on TV or something like that. But like if I want to tell you, hey, wait here until I come back, I don't say stay tuned, right? That's a little bit weird. I would say stick around, yes, that's fine. But I wouldn't say stay tuned to a person, and my meaning is wait for me right here, right? So usually it's for shows, it's for radio shows, it's for things like that. I hope that is clear. All right, so if you guys remember, so the last two lessons, right? So last week and the week before last, what we did was, so we started with expressing necessity, right? We started talking about modal verbs and all the differences in the modal verbs and everything. If you guys missed that lesson, you can go and check it out. So that was 2 weeks ago. And then last week we talked about advice and suggestions, right? Should and things like that. So we're just continuing, right? We're just continuing, sort of, you know, all these things are sort of related. So we're still continuing with that. And today we're going to be talking about making requests, right? So this is what we will do today. And that will be the end of that group of grammar stuff that we want to talk about. Stay tuned, stick around, wait here. Yes, but like I said, remember, stay tuned. You don't say it to people in a real life situation. Like if I'm standing with you, if both of us are standing in the same room, and I want to go somewhere and come back, and I want to tell you to wait, I'm not going to say, hey, stay tuned until I come back. No, right? That's strange. But I can say stick around. I can say wait. Stay tuned is only for radio and TV, guys. Only for radio shows and TV shows, right? So shows on some kind of medium, like radio or TV. Sorry. All right. All right, so here we go. So making requests. Let me just take a little bit of caffeine. And let's start. Okay, so making requests, right? What is a request? A request is when you want something from somebody, right? So that's basically a request. When you ask, right? When you ask somebody about something that you want or you need or you would like them to do, right? Usually this is what a request is. So making requests with I. And I think last week, I can't remember who it was in the chat, but somebody was asking about may. And I said I did not want to talk about may yet because I don't want to confuse it with what we were talking about. And I told you if you wait till next week, you will see you'll see me talk about may, right? So we're going to be talking about may today. So I hope whoever that was is actually here today and watching. Sorry, I can't remember who it was, but yes, somebody was asking about may. Ask someone for something. Yeah, that's basically a request, right? When you ask somebody or someone for something or for a favor. Some of you are saying, yes, all of that is true. Okay, so making requests with I. So if you notice, we have three words here that you can use with I, right? Or they work with I, they fit with I. It's grammatically correct with I, basically is what we're saying, right? So may, that's how you use may, right? So may I borrow that book? May I borrow that book? Could I borrow that book? Can I borrow that book, right? So you're basically saying the same thing. You are asking, right? You're requesting from somebody if you can borrow their book. Now, you can say, may I borrow? You can say, could I borrow? You can say, can I borrow? What is the difference? Technically, the difference shouldn't really be there. However, we consider in English may and could to be more polite than can, right? So if you want to sound polite when you're asking a question, you want to look like you're being respectful and you're asking it in a polite way, then we say may or could. And personally, in my opinion, I think may is more polite than could, right? So usually, and you'll see that here, right? You'll see that may I and could I are used to make polite requests, and they are equally polite, right? A lot of people will tell you that they are equally polite. But in my opinion, from my experience, in reality, I think that a lot of people use may as a more polite word than could, right? So I always notice that when people want to really, really sound polite, they always choose may over could, right? So may subconsciously in people's minds has a more polite implication, right? Or it has a more polite feeling, right? May I subscribe to Karim? Yes, please do, right? Or I think, but you already are, Julian. I know that you've subscribed a long time ago, which I appreciate. Thanks. Could I subscribe to your channel? Yes, very good. Is May more official than can? Yes, it is, Jism or Gizm. I really don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry about that. Could Karim beat Sean? We definitely could. The possibility is there, right? Always believe that we can do it. May I use the bathroom? Yes. Could I ask if I have questions? Yes, right? So all of you are using may and could in a correct way, right? So just remember, all of them are the same. All three of them are used with I for when you want to ask, right, or request something. May, in my opinion, may is the most polite, and could is right after it, and then can is considered informal, right? So informal. So can is more between your friends, the people that you really, really know very well, and things like that, right? You can also be polite, of course, with your friends. There's no problem with that. But that's just if you want to give them levels, right, of politeness. Then I would say may is the most polite. Could comes right after that, and then you finish with can, right? It's the least polite out of them, right? Could you make copies? May I know your profession? Yes, 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 yes. And Julian, I will answer your question in a minute, right? If you wait a minute, you will see that we are going to talk about that. Okay, so that's basically these three, right? So again, just some more examples. May I sit down? Could I look at the photos? Could I turn on the TV? And I think you guys get that because a lot of you are typing a lot of examples in the chat, which are correct, right? So very well done, you guys. Very, very good. May I know your profession? Yes, by Bisma. Very good. Julian, can you buy me a coffee? Kareem? Yes, that's good. I can, but will I? Mm-hmm. So yes, I can. I have the ability to, but am I going to buy you a coffee? Is the question. May I have a handout of the lesson? Yes, that's another good question. May I use this car? Yes. May you marry me? Yes. Could I go to the bathroom and come back shortly? Yes, you guys are nailing it. Very, very good. Okay, now, can I is less formal and polite, right? So just like I explained, right? Can is the least formal of the three ways to request or to ask for a question. It is more common when the speaker is talking to someone he or she knows very well, right? Or well. So like in these pictures, right? You can see this guy saying, hey, John, can I talk to you, right? So John is probably his colleague at work, right? They know each other pretty well. There's no need to say, may I talk to you, or could I talk to you? That doesn't mean you can't. You can. There's no problem with using the polite version, right, of the request. But it's common to say can, right, with people that you know very well. May I ask, Mauricio? May I ask, not may I asking, right? So ask, may I ask? That's what you want to say. May the force be with you. Yes. May the force be with you. Very, very, very good. I always I like movie quotes when they are used in examples, right? That's a good movie quote. May the force be with you. Can I stay here? Can I have one? Yes, you guys are doing great. I don't think you guys need to type any more examples. You're doing good, right? All right. Can I eat dessert before dinner, mom? Right? Can I eat dessert before dinner, mom? Well, again, you're talking to your family, right? It's okay to say can, right? If, I don't know, if you probably could say may, obviously, to your mom if you want to like look like you're very, very polite, right? Or maybe your mom says no a lot, so you're trying to be extra polite, right? So you can say may I eat dessert before dinner, mom? And I'm sure she'll say no. No, you can't eat dessert before dinner. Can I have the link for today, please? Yes. May I borrow your phone? Yes. Can you lend me your computer? Yes. All of you guys are using or you're putting in good examples. Very good. Okay, now, English speakers often use the word please. And you guys know this, right? I've seen you guys type please before. Either. Now, this is the important part, right? So please can actually come before the main verb or at the end of the sentence, right? So the most common way is to put it at the end of the sentence, right? Most people just put it at the end of the sentence. And I notice a lot of new English learners choose to do that because it's easy, right? You don't have to remember where it goes in the beginning if you want to put it in the beginning, right? Usually, you can just put it at the end and you know that you are correct, right? You don't have to worry about it because you know you're right if you put it at the end of your request. But if you want to also sound natural and use it in different ways, right? Because we change the way we ask requests. We don't ask always in the same way. Well, the position or the location is before the main verb. That's it, right? So just before the main verb of the sentence, you can put please there, or you can put it at the end of the sentence. So for example, may I please, right? May I please have, right? So there's our main verb, have, and please goes right before it, right? May I please have some more ice cream? May I please have some more ice cream? May I have some more ice cream? Please, right? So that's the very, very common way that most new English learners use, right? They put please at the end because it's easy, right? They don't have to think about it too much. But I do recommend you learn the other way because the other way is just as common, right? Both of them are pretty much equally common, right? People say it this way and people say it that way, right? So I myself, I always change the way that I say please, right? Sometimes I put it in the beginning, sometimes I put it at the end. Could I please go to the bathroom? Could I go to the bathroom, please? Can I please borrow the car? Can I borrow the car, please, right? So I think this part is pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple, right? So 2 locations we can put please at the end of the request, very easy to remember, and the other one is before your main verb. And I hope that is also easy to remember. Arzang, hi. Oh, hi. Hi, Arzang. Welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. Please there can be omitted because the meaning is clear. Well, that's not the reason why we omit please, right? We don't omit please just because the meaning is clear, right? The reason why we have please is because you want to be polite. That's it, right? That's why we say please, right? To be nice, to be polite, to be respectful, to show people that you are not being aggressive, right? When you are asking the question, you're not commanding them to do it, right? You're being nice, right? You're trying to be nice, you're trying to be polite, you're trying to be respectful. May I ask a question, Nurana, and welcome to the class, Nurana. So may I ask a question, right? We need that article right there. May I ask a question if I couldn't understand? Yes, you can. Of course you can. That's why I am here. But it has to be related, right, to what we're talking about. I don't like to mix things in the class. Okay, let's carry on. Now, making requests with you, right? And I'm going to explain this, and then I want to show you guys a very, very important thing that you should remember, right? But let me first start with the you explanation. So remember, so far we talked about I, right? So making requests with I. May I? Could I? Right? Can I? So now we're going to be talking about making requests with you. So once again, could, will, and would, right? So somebody, I think Julian, Julian is, Igor is asking, what if I want to be aggressive? Well, if you want to be aggressive, you want to be aggressive. There are ways to be aggressive, of course. But yeah, that's not what we're doing today, right? We're not being aggressive. Let's keep it peaceful. How did you learn English? Somebody's asking, Rashid. Welcome, Rashid, to the class. Thanks for coming. He's asking, how did I learn English? I didn't learn English. It's my language. I spoke English since I was a kid. That's like I didn't learn it. I consider English to be my first language. I've been speaking it since I was able to speak. Since I started speaking, I've been speaking English. So yeah, I've been doing it all my life. It's not something that I learned growing up. I just acquired it like I acquired my other language, right? So I grew up bilingual, which I'm very grateful for, right? I'm grateful to my parents for raising me bilingual. But yeah, so that's how I learned, if you want to say learned English. But yeah, I've just been speaking it most of my life, or all my life. All right, so one more time. Remember, we can say could, we can say will, and we can say would, right? With you, right? So could you give me a hand? Will you give me a hand? Would you give me a hand? Now, could you and would you, again, are equally polite. Will you is less formal and is only used between friends and family. Now, yes, here meanings become a little bit more difficult to sort of differentiate, right? Because most people will use could, and if they want to really be polite, I know that even though we're saying here they are equally polite, but again, remember, just like may, right? From my experience in real life, a lot of people think that and use may to be more polite. It's the same with would and could, right? So from my experience, the way that I see people use this on a daily basis, I would say that would, a lot of people consider would to be a little bit more polite than could. But yes, they are very, very close, right? So they are pretty close to each other, very, very close to each other. But I've noticed that a lot of people consider would to be a little bit more polite. Will is definitely the least polite out of these three. And like, for example, I wouldn't use will if I am talking to, if you're talking to your supervisor, or you're talking to your manager, or you're talking, if you are in a business negotiation, I wouldn't say will, right? It does not sound as polite as if you would have said could or would. Do you speak another language? Yes, I do, Alex. I speak Arabic, right? So I'm bilingual. I speak Arabic and English, and I speak a very tiny bit of Japanese. So yeah, so a little bit of very tiny bit of Japanese, and I speak Arabic and English. Would you mind renting me your guest house for some days? For a few days, I would say. It sounds more natural. Since I am new to this place. That is that's a very good sentence, Bisma. Very well done. Could you lend me the money? Yes. Could you lend me the money? Show me the money. Yes. Now, what I actually wanted to explain, which is very, very important, we cannot use may with you, right? May only works when you are requesting something for yourself that you want to do. So may I go, may I see, may I eat this, may I help you, may I, whatever it is, right? But it's something that you are going to do, right? So you cannot use may with you. So could you give me a hand? I'm asking you to do something, right? I'm not asking for permission for me to do something. If I'm asking for permission for me to do something, then yes, you can say may I do this, may I do that. But you cannot use may with you, right? So that's a very, very common mistake that a lot of English learners do in the beginning when we explain that may is very, very polite. They also try to use it with you, right? Because, well, it's very polite. but that's it doesn't work, right? That's not correct. Oh, Summer says she can speak a little bit of Korean. That is cool. May I subscribe? Yes. That's also, yep, that's how you use may, right? So may I subscribe? So Julian said, may I subscribe? Which is correct, right? Because he's asking about something that he wants to do. He's going to be doing that thing that he's asking about, right? So may I subscribe? Yes, that's a good way. Just remember, you cannot use may with you, right? So carrying on, could you open the window, right? So I'm asking you in a polite way, could you open the window, right? Will you open the window? See, now will sounds like I'm telling you to do it, right? Will you open the window? It's like, that's why we do not consider it to be a polite way of asking a request, right? And it's really more informal, and it's between friends and family and things like that. No, I do not speak Spanish. I'm sorry. I don't speak Spanish. I wish I could. It's a cool language, and a lot of people speak it, but no, I don't know how to speak Spanish. What is your mother country, Karim? Man, every single week somebody asks me this question. Every single week. You know, I think from now on, if somebody asks me where I'm from, I'm just gonna let you guys answer in the chat, because I've been saying this every week, and I know that most of you at least know the answers to these questions. So if somebody can handle my social PR, please, I would I would appreciate it. Awia is asking me, I ask your age. Yes, that's a good sentence. Yeah, very good. May I ask your age? Yep, very good. Okay, now can you is popular but less formal and polite, right? So can you call me tonight? Hey Jane, can you call me tonight? Again, it sounds casual, right? Very casual way of speaking. Jane is probably somebody that you have a pretty good relationship with, right? You know each other pretty well. So, hey, can you call me tonight? Sure. Okay, thank you. Peter, can you come here for a second, right? Hey, Peter, can you come here for a second, right? So less polite. If I want to make it a bit more polite, I say, hey, Peter, would you, right? Would you come here for a second? And then I might add a please, right? So remember, please is your best friend when you are asking requests, because it doesn't really matter the level of politeness. When you add a please in there, it always expresses that you are at least trying, right? You're trying to be polite. So, so I highly recommend that you do not forget your pleases, especially if you come to Canada, right? If you come to Canada one day, please is your best friend. You have to say please here everywhere, and thank you, right? People say please and thank you here everywhere when they do everything. Rosa says this has become a classic question for you, Karim. Yes, I know, right? It's a super classic question now. Every single week somebody asks me, where are you from? Yes, I am a Canadian of Egyptian descent. That's a very well, that's a good description of exactly what I am. Yeah. Pilar is saying, could you give some food tips? Could you give, yes. Could you give me some food tips? Yes, that's another very good sentence. Very well done. Mauricio says, do you speak Chinese? No, don't speak Chinese. That's it. Only those two languages, right? So just English, Arabic, and a super tiny bit of Japanese, and that's it. I don't speak anything else. Okay, let's carry on. Now remember, just like we said before with the words with I, when you ask for a request with I, same thing when we ask for a request with you, right? Of course, we can use please, right? And I actually recommend that you do, right? It's always nice to say please, always. Rashid is saying this means that new people are coming to class. Yes, a lot of new people are coming to my class, and I think somebody answered, right? So a lot of people said, yeah, I'm Egyptian, right? So originally I come from the land of the pyramids, as a lot of people say, right? Whenever I tell my students Egypt, they're like, the pyramids. That's the first thing everybody says or knows, I guess, about Egypt. So yeah. So remember, just like before, please can be said before the main verb, right? So it's the same rule for please, which is nice. So you don't have to remember anything extra, right? So the same rule at the end of the sentence, which is easy and everybody remembers that, or before your main verb. So could you please speak more loudly? I can't hear what you're saying, or I can't hear you. Could you speak more loudly, please? I can't hear you. Will you please close the door? Will you close the door, please? Right? So I think that part is easy, right? You can put please at the end. You can put please before the main verb. And you should always, in my opinion, you should always use please. Always. It automatically makes your question nice, right? It automatically makes it polite. So don't forget your pleases. Samia says you learned Japanese from Mark. No, I didn't learn Japanese from Mark, and Mark is so much better than I am. Mark is so much better than I am in Japanese. I'm a little bit jealous of how good Mark's Japanese is, actually. But yeah, I can't. I wish that I could speak as much Japanese as Mark can. But no, I didn't learn it from Mark. The word please, it must be said everywhere. Yes, I agree with Rosa. You should always say please. It makes your life easier, right? And it makes people want to help you. So please everywhere. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now, how to answer those requests. So how do you answer? If somebody asks you for something, or somebody requests for something, can you come to my wedding, Karim, please? Yeah, that's a very good sentence. Yeah, very good. Can you come to my wedding, please? Could I please insert it both? Could I please insert it both, please? Oh, you're asking if you can say please. No. We don't say no. You either put please at the end, or you put it before the main verb. But you're not going to put it in both places. That's just very strange. You can't say, could you please help me, please? Could you please help me, please? Yeah, it's unusual, right? It's very unusual. You wouldn't say two pleases in the same sentence. No, I don't see Mark, Jazam. I'm sorry. Actually, Mark is not technically living in Vancouver. He's a little bit outside of Vancouver, and I live right in the center of Vancouver. So, no, I don't really see Mark very often. But we chat on Facebook every now and then, Mark and I. Could everyone here study hard? Please. Yes, that's a good sentence. Very good. Please, if possible, say hello to Mark. We miss him a lot. Sure, but you guys can say hello to Mark yourselves. Mark is on Facebook. If you guys go on Facebook, I think Mark, and he has a YouTube channel also where he does, I think, some stuff. So you guys, you guys can find Mark pretty easily, actually, and connect with him directly. No, Julian, it's not. No, it's not. It's not formal to use two pleases in one sentence. Look, what makes it formal is the use of may or the use of would or could, right? Instead of the least polite ones. And then you add please once, right? Then that sort of makes it, I guess, a formal sentence, right? But yeah. All right. Now, how to answer the requests. So if somebody asks you for something, I'm sure you guys know most of these, and I'm sure that you're going to show me a lot more in the chat now. But yeah, right? So we can say things like, sure. Hey, could you please give me a hand? Sure. Could you please give me a hand? Okay. Could you please give me a hand? Of course. Could you please give me a hand? No problem. I'll give you a hand. Could you please give me a hand? I think like I'm going to say this sentence a million times today. Could you please give me a hand? Certainly. I'll give you a hand. Could you please give me a hand? Yes. Very classic. Yes. And that very classic also. No. Could you please give me a hand? I'm sorry, I can't. Right? So I'm sorry, I can't. Now, much better than no. Right? No is very, it's like hitting a wall. Right? No is very direct. It's not nice. Right? So I'm sorry, I can't. Or I'm sorry, I wish I could, for example. Or I would be happy to. I'd be happy to. Or What else? Can you guys think of more ways to answer requests? If I say, hey, could you please, or would you please give me a hand? How would you guys answer? So let's see what you guys are saying. So somebody says, yeah, okay, yep, yeah, very, very casual, right? The casual way of saying yes, or the informal way of saying yes. What are other ways that you guys can answer requests? If I'm asking about something, how else can I answer? Very good. It's my pleasure. Yes, that's a nice one, and that's one of my favorites. I like to say it's my pleasure, right? It's a very, very nice, polite way to say to somebody that I'm very happy, right, to help you. It's my pleasure. Yeah, yep. A lot of you are saying a lot of slang stuff. Could you please give me a hand? No, great, it would not be an answer, right? Great would not be an answer to a request. So think of it this way. Hey, could you please give me some water? Great. Great what? Right? It doesn't really make sense, right? So great is like saying what? Great is like saying amazing, fantastic. So it's very unusual to answer with great to our request, right? If somebody says, hey, would you please give me a glass of water? Fantastic. It's weird, right? You need to imply yes. Absolutely, yep, absolutely is a very good way to answer that. With pleasure, instead of it's my pleasure, you can say with pleasure. Yes, you definitely can. Very, very well. Very good. Boom, 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 boom. Why not? Yeah, you can say why not, definitely. You can say why not. Hey, would you please give me a glass of water? Why not? Absolutely okay. I wouldn't say absolutely okay. I would just say okay or absolutely, right? But most people would not put these together as an answer to a request. Anytime, yes, very good. That's another way that you can answer a request. Hey, would you help me please? Would you mind helping me please? Anytime, right? It means whenever you're ready, I'm ready. I'll help you anytime. So yeah, very good. Definitely, yes, definitely is another one. Judith, I am not going to say your answer because we're going to talk about that in a little bit, in a few minutes, but very good. Can we say I could reply that? I'm not sure what you mean, Jism. I'm sorry. It's not clear, your question. Try rephrasing it, and I'll try my best to answer it. Sure. Yep. Very good. That's nice. Now I'll show you a nice slang word to answer a request. So so this is slang, right? So you wouldn't say this to people that you don't know very well, or you wouldn't say this to your boss or something like that, right? But it's slang, so it works fine for your friends or for your family. You can say "fasha," right? Can you guys say that? Fa, right? The pronunciation is fasha, right? So it's like a fa and then sha. And basically what you're saying is, what fasha means is for sure, right? So that's basically what you're saying, right? It means for sure. Hey, would you mind giving me a glass of water? Fasha. Right? It's a very funny way to say yes, for sure, right? But it's slang, right? So remember that is slang. Okay, so all of these are different ways, and I'm sure that you guys have a ton more ways to answer. Most of you gave good alternatives to answer that. Maybe, yep, or you can say maybe. Exactly. It's not a yes. It's not a it's not a no, and you just maybe. But I would say maybe is a very frustrating answer, right? Especially if I'm asking for something like, hey, would you give me a glass of water, please? Maybe. Very, very annoying, right? It's not a cool answer. Garima says, pleasure is all mine. All right, good thing that you should remember or note, the pleasure is all mine is a reply when somebody says to you, it's been a pleasure, right? So for example, let's say that I was in a meeting today with some people, and at the end of the day, after we finished and we're done with the work, so I'm saying goodbye. It was nice to meet everybody today, blah, 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 right? And then somebody says, oh, it was a pleasure meeting you, right? So somebody says to me, for example, oh, it was a pleasure to meet you, Karim. And then you say, oh no, the pleasure was all mine, right? So that's an answer to somebody saying, my pleasure, right? But it's not an answer to a request, right? So I hope that is clear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Everybody's doing fine. All right. Now, Judith, I think it was Judith. Judith was talking about mind, right? So asking requests with "Do you mind?" which I'm sure you guys know is very common, right? You probably hear it a lot in movies, in shows, you read it. It's a very common way of asking for a request. No, Garima, it's in reply to, it's been a pleasure, right? So if somebody says to you, oh, it's been a pleasure to meet you today, Garima, then you say, no, the pleasure is all mine, right? So it's an answer to when somebody says, it's been a pleasure to meet you. It's been a pleasure to have talked to you today. It's been a whatever, it's been a pleasure. If somebody says it's been a pleasure, then you say, no, the pleasure is all mine. Jism Sam Karim, look at my question. Where's your question? Could you give me a hand? Could you give me a hand? Yes, I can. Yeah, I would say, yes, I can. Yeah. Rosa, of course, also has another classic, a classic answer, which means no, right? I would if I could. I would if I could. I would if I could, right? Which means I can't, but if I could, if I had the ability to help you, I would. But I don't have the ability, so I'm sorry, right? So I would if I could. Garima, okay, you get it now? Cool, very good. All right, now, do or would you mind if I blah, 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 blah. So, do or would you mind if I is another polite way of asking to do something, right? So it's I would say it's a formal way, yes, right? So it's definitely a very formal way or a more polite way of asking for something, right? Or for a request. So would you mind sounds more polite than do you mind? And that, in my opinion, again, is true, right? So would definitely sounds more polite than do, right? So if you really want to be polite, I would always use the would, right? So may I open the window? Remember, may only works with I, right? When you're asking about something that you want to do, right? You are going to be the person doing it, right? So, may I open the window? I would always say, please, right? So, may I open the window, please? Do you mind if I open the window? Do you mind if I open the window, right? Do you mind if I open the window? Now, do you mind, just to make it very, very clear, do you mind very simply means, is it okay for you if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is that you are asking about, right? So that's basically what you're saying. This is what the expression do you mind means, right? Do you mind just means, is it okay for you? Or is there a problem? Is there a problem if I do this? Is it okay from your point of view or in your opinion if I do this? That's very simply what it means, right? So, could I call you later? Could I call you later? May I call you later? I can say may here because it's I, right? So may I call you later? Please, I would always say please. Would you mind if I called you later, right? Would you mind if I called you later? Is it going to be a problem if I called you later? This is what you're saying. So please remember what the meaning of do you mind, because the way we answer is very different, right? It's not normal. It's not the same way that we answer normal requests with may, could, and would, and all these words. So you got, do you mind being a superhero for Halloween? Yes. Would you mind passing, right? Passing me the salt, please. Yes, these are good sentences. Now, it's very important to remember, when we use do you mind if I blah, 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 the following verb should be in the present simple. So with would you mind if I, the verb should be in the past simple, right? Would you mind if I? Would you mind if I? Let's see. Do you mind if I have the last piece of pizza? So remember, what did we say? When we use do you mind, the following verb should be in the present simple. With would you mind, the verb should be in the past simple, right? So there's a difference here that's very important to remember, right? So one more time. Do, when you start mind, the do you mind question with do you mind if I, whatever you want to say, the following verb should be in the present simple. If you start with would you mind, then the verb should be in the past simple, right? So, do you mind if I have the last piece of pizza? Somebody's asked why in the past. Well, because would is the past of will, basically, right? That's what would is, right? So the verb matches it. So would you mind if I had the last piece of pizza? It's the same. The meaning is the same. They're both exactly the same meaning. There is zero difference in the meaning, right? You are saying the same thing. It's just one is with do and the other is with would, right? So please remember, do, you need the present simple, and would, you would need the past simple, right? So that's it. That's the only thing you have to remember when between would and do when you're asking would you mind or do you mind. So Dalia says, would you mind if I asked you for explaining? Would you mind if I asked you to explain the future tense? Yes, that's a good sentence. Would you mind if I called you later? Yes, very good, Ahmed. That's a good sentence. No, you call me at any time. Is that a good response or not? Yeah, I guess it's okay. It's a good answer. Hey, would you mind if I called you later? No, you can call me at any time. Yeah, that's fine. You can say that. Would you mind if I let him park your car? Yes, very good. Would you mind if I came a little late? Yes, Pilar, very nice. Jacqueline says, would you mind if I didn't come to the meeting? Would you mind if I didn't come to the meeting? Yes, very well. You guys are doing great. You guys are doing great. That's my very bad Scottish accent. You're doing great. But yeah, I'm working on it. Everyone has been doing well today. Yes, everyone has been doing well. A virtual high five to everybody. You deserve it. All right, one more example. Do you mind if I stop at the store on the way home, right? So remember, present simple for do, right? Do you mind if I stop at the store on the way home? Would, past simple. Would you mind if I stopped at the store on the way home? Both of them are exactly the same. Now, do and would you mind plus the verb and ing. Now, this is used to ask others to do something for you, right? So remember, so far we've been talking, do you mind if I, right? You're talking about things that you want to do, right? Do you mind if I do this? Do you mind if I call, I don't know what? Do you mind if I eat? Do you mind if I, whatever you're talking about, right? You're talking about things that you want to do, right? Now, the difference is we're talking about things that you want other people to do, right? So when I ask you to do something, not to let me do something, right? So, ooh, what's this? Windows feature update. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Absolutely not now, please. Not now. Actually, you know what? Let's just so I don't know if Kent is doing something tomorrow or not, but just to make life easier for Kent, let's let's tell the computer to start the update at 7 p.m. Seven 7 p.m. There we go. Okay. I hope that the computer is happy now. Okay, so let's get back to this. Would you mind if I borrowed your jacket? Would you mind if I break up with you? Yeah, you guys are, these are good sentences. Very good. Okay, so one more time now. Remember, now we're going to be talking about would you mind and do you mind, but not if I. Would you mind, and then I want you to do something, right? I want you to do something. I'm asking you for a request to do something for me, not me doing something. Okay, so one more time. This is used to ask others to do something for you, right? It is similar to would you, will you, or could you. Same thing. So for example, could you let me know? Could you let me know when you are finished, right? Could you let me know when you are finished, right? So that's fine. We know how to ask using that way, could with you. Now, if I want to say the same question, but with do you mind, so this is what happens now, right? It becomes, do you mind? The verb takes the ing form, right? So you have to put an ing on the verb if you want somebody, if you're asking somebody else to do something for you, right? So do you mind letting me know when you are finished? One more time. Would you turn off the stereo, please? Would you turn off the stereo, please, right? So again, that's the normal way that we've talked about before. Now, if I want to say the same thing with do you or would you mind, again, my main verb has to take ing. So it becomes would you mind turning, right? Would you mind turning? Would you mind turning off the stereo? Please. Always, please, always. Will you tell me how many layers of clothing are you wearing, please, Julian? Are you wearing, please? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so notice the difference between the two forms. Could I open the window? Do you mind if I open the window, right? So remember, when you're asking about if I, right? You are doing the action, then it's just normal, right? Do you mind if I open, right? And because we said do, then we're using the present simple. If I said would, I would use the past simple, right? Now, could you open the window? Not me. I'm not asking if I can open the window. I want you to do it, right? So I'm asking a request from you to do. So, could you open the window? The do you mind becomes do you mind opening, right? Do you mind opening the window? And I think somebody here earlier, somebody wrote something and I corrected that to ing. Basically, it was similar to this, right? So that's exactly what we meant. Karim is, actually no, today I'm only wearing 3 layers of clothing, right? So I'm wearing a t-shirt and I'm wearing this hoodie and I have my jacket. It is not cold enough yet for me to go 5 layers, which I do, right? So winter here is crazy cold, and but this year hasn't been so cold, actually. I'm very surprised this year. So yeah, so not so many layers yet, which is good. Would you mind giving me a ride to Walmart? Yes, that is a good sentence, Garima. That's a good sentence. Very good. Yes, Pilar. Yeah, you can. Would you mind not wearing my blouse? Yeah, that's good. That's a good sentence. Do you mind cleaning my room? Yes, Summer. That is also a good sentence. It's hot here in Vegas. Yes, Vegas is hot. I've been to Vegas before, and it's hot. Vegas is awesome. I recommend you guys go to Vegas. If you have never been to Vegas, you should at least go once, right? It's really, really awesome sauce. Vegas is really, really cool. I like Vegas. Okay, now, we're going to talk about how do we answer do and would you mind questions, right? So usually a lot of people get confused, but if you remember what I told you, right? If you remember what it means when you say do you mind, well then you should understand this part that I'm going to talk about right now very easily, right? So one more time. Do you mind? When you say do you mind, what does that mean? I'll say this one more time, right? So if you ask somebody, do you mind? It means, is it a problem? Is it going to be a problem to do what you're going to ask them about, right? So if I say, for example, do you mind if I eat the last slice of pizza? Do you mind if I eat the last slice of pizza? All I'm saying is, hey, is it going to be a problem? Is it a problem if I eat the last slice of pizza? So please remember that. This is what do you mind means. If you can understand that and you can make that connection, do you mind means, is it a problem for you? Then you should very simply understand this next part, right? So here we go. Would you mind if I went home early today? That means, again, you are saying, would it be a problem? Is it going to be a problem? Is it going to be inconvenient to you if I went home early today? Do you mind lending me your phone? Is it going to be a problem if you lend me your phone? This is what you're saying, right? So if you want to say that it will be okay to do something, your meaning is that it is not going to be a problem. So let's answer the question together. So here, would it be a problem if I went home early? And you want to tell me that it's fine, it's not a problem, right? So would it be a problem if I go home early? You would say, no, it's not a problem. So now let's use do you mind, right? So delete now be a problem and let's use the real words now, right? So would you mind if I went home early today? No, I don't mind. That means it's okay, right? So when you say no to a do you mind question, that means it's okay. It's not a problem, right? Do you mind if I go home early? No, I don't mind. That means it's fine. It's not a problem. You can go home early. I really hope that that is clear, you guys, right? Because this is the part where I really want to make sure that everybody understands. Because usually this is where most of the confusion is, right? So I really, really hope that that was simple enough and clear for you. Yeah, I would say yes. It's similar to do you care? Yeah, do you care if I go home early? No, it's okay. You can go home early. Yeah, yeah. That's fine, Pilar. You can say that. You can say that that's what it means, right? But I want you guys to use do you mind, obviously, right? This is only for explanation purposes. Karim has an example. Do you mind me having? No. Remember, you said we say when you want to talk about yourself, right? What do you say? Do you mind if I have, right? Or would you mind if I had this last piece of cake? Do you mind verb and ing is when you are asking someone else to do something, right? Not when you're asking if you can do something. So yeah, I hope that that's clear, Karim, and that you get it. Wilson is asking, in some cases you can use care instead of mind. No, not really. It's not, because that's a different thing, right? The do you mind? We're just using care, and we're using is it a problem? Is it okay? Just to explain it, right? But we don't. If you want to say do you mind, we say do you mind. But that's what it means basically. Yes, it means do you care? Hey, do you care if I do this? Would you care if I went home early today? Yeah, you can, right? Be phenomenal or be forgotten. What a name. I like that name. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. How I think in English, please. You mean how do I think, or how do I get myself to the level where I'm thinking in English? I don't know. The more you use it, right, the more your brain, it becomes a natural part of your brain, and then eventually you will start thinking it. Its use, look, it's always the same answer, right? The answer to how do I get better at anything, really, not just English, anything in life, right? If it's a sport, if it's working out, if it's cooking, if it's whatever it is, right? The answer is always the same. The answer is you have to do it a lot, and a lot, and a lot, and a lot, and then even a little bit more, right? That's always the answer. It's always the answer for how to get better at anything in life. Okay, let's carry on. I think you guys get it. So one more time, if you want to say that it's going to be okay, right, to do something, your meaning is that it's not a problem. So because of this, if your meaning is okay or sure, then we use negative expressions. Like, so do you mind? No, I don't mind. It's okay. You can do it. I don't care. I don't mind. Would you mind hiring me in Smart English? No, I'm pretty sure if you call Smart and you can teach the English, I'm sure Smart will be happy to have you, Julian. But yeah, you have to ask them. It's never enough. Yes, Rose, I agree. It's never enough, right? People who are always successful in life, they realize that it's never enough. Why? Because you can never be good enough. You can never reach perfection. Never, right? There is always room to improve, right? And I respect these people a lot. I really, really have a lot of respect for people who think like that. Would you mind if I bought the groceries on the way home? Yes, that's a very good sentence, Bisma. Very well done. Yes, Jalal, I can see your comments. Guys, can you see my comments in the chat? Yeah, I can see your comment. And JB can. All right, so let's see some answers to a do you mind question, right? Or would you mind? So, would you mind if I had some of this cake? Remember, what are you saying? You are saying, hey, is it a problem if I have some of this cake? Do you care if I have some of this cake? Is it going to be inconvenient for you if I have some of this cake? You're like, no, not at all. That means, here, take it, right? Not at all. Take the cake. Eat the cake, right? No, go ahead. Please have it. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't what? I wouldn't mind, right? I don't mind. Practice makes perfect. Yes, Waira, but actually, you know, I don't like that sentence very much because it's in my opinion, it's an incomplete sentence. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent, right? Because you can practice in a wrong way, right? So then you're not really helping yourself. You're just practicing how to do something wrong, right? So practicing the correct way to do something, hopefully, yes, makes perfect. But yeah, practice makes permanent, not perfect. Or at least that's what I teach in my business class. Okay. Do you mind helping me? Not at all. What's up, right? Do you mind helping me? No, I don't mind. What do you need? I'll help you. Do you mind helping me? No. What's wrong? How can I help? Do you mind helping me? No, I don't. What do you need? Right? So remember, if somebody says, do you mind? And you want to say that it's okay, then you say no, right? You use a negative expression to mean that. Sorry, guys, just 1 second. The sound box is trying to fall over here. And okay, it's safe. Okay, carrying on. Yes, Jism, and that's exactly why I'm talking about the spine, right? The replies, it contains the word no, but it does not mean no, don't do it, right? And that's why I kept explaining this for some time, right? Do you mind means what? It means, is it a problem? So just imagine that this is what you're saying. Do you mind helping me? Is it a problem if you help me? No, it's not a problem, right? So always remember that. Okay. Although it doesn't make sense grammatically, the use of okay and sure is understood in this situation. So, would you mind if I had some of this cake? So, remember, what we've been saying what now? We've been saying that to say yes, you have to say no, right? You have to say no, which means it's okay. It's not a problem. No, it's not a problem. But, and this is why we say it doesn't make sense grammatically, right? So what we're saying now is technically not good grammar, but again, it's colloquial English, right? That means it's the living language. A lot of people every day say this, right? So you cannot correct everybody, right? It will never end. So you will hear people say, hey, would you mind if I had some of this cake? Sure. Technically that's a wrong answer, because that means that yes, I mind, right? But people use it that way, and we can't do anything about it, right? So a lot of people will say, sure, go ahead, right? Take it. Do you mind helping me? Okay, what's up? I'll help you, right? So yes, sometimes people will answer in a positive way and they mean positive, but they should answer in the negative way, right? You should say no, which means it's okay. Okay. There's a lot of smiley faces on the chat. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but you seem happy. Okay. To say that something is not okay, well then it's the opposite, right? To say that something is not okay, that means now we have to say something in a positive way, right? So for example, would you mind if I had some of this cake? Actually, I would. I would. That means yes, I would mind. That means, so remember, again, always go back to the meaning of what does do you mind mean, right? Do you mind means, is it a problem? Is it a problem if I had some of this cake? And you said, yes. So yes means, yes, it is a problem. You can't take that cake. I want it, right? So please, 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 I hope that this is clear. And if it's not, just tell me in the chat it's not clear. And I'll try to figure out a new way to explain it. But I hope that that is clear. So one more time, do you mind helping me? Remember, translation means what? Is it a problem, right? Is it a problem for you to help me? And then you say, yes. Yes means what? It means yes, it is a problem. Yes, I do mind. Why? Because you never help me when I need help. I'm not going to help you. Or whatever. Sorry, I'm a little busy right now, right? Sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Here, you didn't say no and you didn't say yes, right? But you made it very clear that it's no, because you said sorry, right? So sorry, I'm busy. I'm afraid I'm too busy to help you right now. Maybe later. It's clear, it's clear, it's clear, it's clear. Yes, everybody's saying it's clear. Woohoo! Good. And I think that's, we're almost done, you guys. Okay, so other expressions for making requests. Of course, these are not the only ways to make requests. So here are some other ways, right? Is it all right? Is it okay if I use your computer? Do you mind if I use your computer? Is it okay? Is it all right if I use your computer? Right? Same thing, basically. Would it be all right? Would it be okay if I used your computer? Remember, would, because you said would, right? You need to say used, right? Not use. Would takes the past, right? Past simple. Okay. Do you think I could use your computer? Yeah, you can. No, you can't. Sorry. Do you think you could give me a hand? Sure. Or fashao. Remember fashao? That slang word that I told you about in the beginning. All right, and that is it. We have reached the end of the lesson. We did it, you guys. We conquered today's lesson. Okay. Do you mind helping me? It's rude. Is it rude if I answer no way? Yeah, I would say yeah. Yeah, that's probably rude. It's probably a little bit rude. Uh, but be careful, right? In correct grammar, it means what? It means no way. I don't mind. Do you mind? No way. Of course I don't mind. I'll help you, right? So be careful with that. Would it be all right if you taught vocabulary? Actually, I think next week is vocabulary because we finished the grammar units for. Where are we? Bum 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 ba dum ba dum. No. Because we finished the grammar units. I think for this unit. So this is 4.3 making requests. There's no more grammar in unit 4, which means next week we are going to be doing the grammar. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we could probably do some grammar next. I mean vocabulary. Sorry, we can probably do vocabulary next week, you guys. Oh man, whenever I do vocabulary, it always takes a long time. So it's a long lesson when we do vocabulary, but I hope it's not too long that it's boring for you guys. But yeah, sure, we can do vocabulary next week. That probably was going to be the plan. No way is informal. Yeah, yes, of course, it's informal. It's 3:20 a.m. in Turkey. Thank you so much for staying up so late to watch this class. I appreciate that, Arzan. It's very nice of you. Do you mind if I turn up the radio? Yes, that's a good sentence. Very good. Yancy Martinez is asking, what do I need to do to see the class in the Smart English website? You need to contact somebody from the website. So So I think if you just so if you go to the website, where is it? If you go to the website, usually, so there's you can try a free demo of Smart English, and then they'll tell you what you need to do. Or you can, where is it? Contact Smart, right? So right there, right? So at the very bottom of the page, go all the way down, and you can say Contact Smart. And if you click on that, it will open this, right? So you can fill this information out. So just type your email, type your name, which country you're from, and then you can ask a question here. And I think Zach is the person who answers the question, or maybe even Julian or Jeremy, right? So one of these three people will answer your question, and they'll tell you how you can get Smart. And you can also try it for free, right? So you saw the button on that page, you can click and you can try it for free. But usually this is how, right? So you just go here, type your question, and I think actually because I'm already logged in, it doesn't show for me. But I think if you're a new user, if you're a new person to the site and you don't have a login, I think that there's a small box that comes up here that says, like, somebody from the Smart guys will be in the live chat, and you can ask them questions. Okay. What's the time? Whoa, it's already 4:30. Let's see what we have here. Do you guys want to do some exercises, or do you want to fly away today? Is that enough for today, or do you want to do some exercises? I'm trying to find a decent exercise that's quick. I guess we can do this if you guys want. So what do you guys think? You want to do some exercises, or should we wrap it up for today? Would you mind giving us the movie quote? Yes, that's a good sentence. Yes, I'm going to give you guys the movie quote. Okay, I don't think you guys want to do any exercises today. Nobody is commenting about that. So So yeah, so I don't think we're gonna do any exercises today. It's already been about an hour and a half now, so I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that's enough for you guys for today. You guys did a good job. And besides, honestly, I don't think you need to do the exercises because you guys were typing a lot of examples in the chat today, and you guys were nailing it. You guys were doing very, very, very good in the chat. So, some people want to do an exercise. Some people want to do an exercise. Okay, fine. I can never say no to you guys, man. I should learn how to say no. Okay, who am I right now? I'm Karim live. Okay, ooh, who's this? There's somebody in here with me. Don't know who it is. Okay, so I am going to give you guys a copy of the exercise. All right, so this is the copy. Let's say, what do I want to do? Let's say share, and then boom, 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 advanced, change, anyone with the link, save, copy this, and I will put it in, I'll put this in the chat for you guys, right? So I'm gonna give you the link to the document, and you guys should be able to download it. So please, the link is in, get your copy, and let's start. So, oh, no, I wanted that. Open it. Sign in, please. Thank you. Okay, so this is the exercise we're going to be doing. No, I'm not tired. It's okay, you guys. I'm not tired. I like doing this stream. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's nice. But thank you for your consideration. No, I'm not tired. It's fine. I would not mind doing some exercises. All right, so scroll down, you guys, all the way to exercise 2, right? Exercise 2, rewrite the requests, and you have to write, do you mind or would you mind? And they're going to tell you, right? So they will tell you which one they want, do you or would you? So there's a lot of you in the chat, so please don't try to be overachievers. Let's just do the first 4, just the first 4, so I can see your answers in the chat. If you answer more than that and everybody answers more than that, it becomes so fast and I can't see everything, right? So B, C, D, and E. B, C, D, and E from exercise number 2. And I will put some music on for you guys, and I shall disappear out of the screen, and I will be back very, very soon. So a 1, a 2, a pew. All right, all right, all right. If you guys remember, this used to be actually a movie quote that I did. Maybe it was the first movie. I think it was the first movie quote that I did, or the second movie quote that I did. Can't remember, but yeah, it was one of the movie quotes. All right, all right, all right. Which was from the movie Dazed and Confused. Okay, so you guys, you guys are doing a good job. I'm noticing a little tiny bits of mistakes, but I'm sure that we are going to fix them and you guys are not going to forget again. So here we go. The first one, B, could I borrow your pen? Now remember, they're asking you guys to use would, right? So you have to use would. Please remember, would and do are not the same, right? So do, you have to use the present simple for the verb. And because you said would, so always remember, would is what? Would is the past, right? Would is the past of will. So whenever you say would, well then you will have to use the past simple, right, for your verb, right? So some of you guys said would, and I noticed that you did not put the past tense for your verb. So be very careful with that. Would takes the past tense, right? The past simple for the verb. So could I borrow your pen? A lot of you awesome people, or a lot of you nerds. I think somebody in the chat here said we are nerds, which is cool because I am a nerd myself, right? And I like being a nerd. It's cool. We're always learning new stuff, which is what makes life fun. All right, so let's see what you guys said. You guys said. Where are your? Oh, there we go. Would you mind if I borrow? See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, right? You cannot say would and then borrow, right? So, would you mind if I borrow? Doesn't fit, right? Because would is the past. Let's see anybody else. Would you mind if I borrowed? Yes, your pen, Garima. That's good. Would you mind if I borrow? Not borrow, right? Borrow needs to be in the past because of would. And I think you guys are getting what I'm saying, right? So, where is it? Right here. So this is the answer that you want, right? So would you mind if I borrowed? Borrowed because of would, right? So always remember, would is past, so it must have a past verb, right? So would you mind if I borrowed your pen? And that is the answer that you want. So, same thing again. They're asking you to use would, right? Same thing again. So, would you mind if I, let's see your answers. Where is C? C. Would you mind if I sat down? Very nice, Garima. Would you mind if I sit down? Careful, Julian. You need to fix that past and present tense for the verb. Would you mind if I borrowed your? Oh, that's Patricia's answers for B, which is good. That's correct. Would you mind? Where's C? C. Would you mind if I sat down? Very nice, Summer. Would you mind if I borrow? Not borrow, you guys. Borrowed. Where's C? More of C. C. Would you mind if I sit? Not sit. Not sit. So one more time, right? Remember, it's the same because of would. Would you mind if I sat down, right? Would you mind if I sat, right? So remember, would, because of would. This is why we're using the past perfect, right? Or the past simple, sorry. This is why we're using the past simple verb, right? Because of would. So please, you guys, don't forget that. If you just remember that, right? If you just remember that would, oh, would is past, I need to use a past verb, right? You will always use this correctly. So yes, Julian made a correction. Would you mind if I sat down? That's the answer. Very nice. Okay, next one says, could you come with me to the store? Could you come with me to the store? And now they're asking you to use do, right? So now they want you to use do, not would. So now we are going to use the present simple, right? So now you can use the present simple. So let's see what you guys said. Boom, 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 boom. Do you mind coming? Is that the one? Yeah. Do you mind coming with me to the store? Do you mind coming with me to the store? Yes, that's correct. That's the answer. Nice job, Rosa. Pilar, do you mind to come? Not to come. Do you mind coming? Remember, I'm asking you to do something, right? I'm not asking about me, right? Not do you mind if I, right? Remember, if I say do you mind, if I want you to do the verb, I want you to do something, then it's ing, right? The verb with ing. Would you mind if I, no, that's a different one. Which one is this one? The store. Store. Where are the answers? Do you mind, no. Do you mind if you come with me to the store? No. Even though that, it sounds correct, but it's not, right? Because you need the ing, because you're asking someone else to do a verb, right? Somebody else to do the something. Okay. Do you mind coming with me to the store, right? And that's the thing. JB saying, Karim, please put the subject of the lesson in the chat info description box. That's a good idea, Julian, JB. Yeah, that is actually a good idea. I'll work it out with Julian. Because Julian is the one with the access to the website, right? So actually, Julian is the one that sets. He puts the next lesson for next week. I just come and I start the PC and I start the streaming software and I start some things, but Julian is the person usually that does that stuff. But yeah. No, I agree with you. It does. It'll definitely make things easier. I totally agree. Okay, last one. May I close the window? And you have to use would again, right? So would, which is in the past, which means you have to use the past simple again for your verb, right? So may I close the window? May I close the window? Let's see what you guys said. This is what? E? This is E. Where are your answers? Would you mind if I closed? Yes, right? So close needs to be in the past. Very good. Would you mind if I closed the window? And that is pretty much it. That's the answer, right? So would you mind if I closed, right? ED, the window. Would you mind if I closed the window? So yeah, that is very well done, you guys. Very, very, very well done. Nicely done. So you have the rest of the exercise. You guys can practice at home if you like. And that's pretty much it, I think, for this week. No, I totally agree with you, JB. I'm not arguing with you at all. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I definitely think that that's a good idea. Well, yeah, I'll try to figure out with Julian how to do that. And yeah, no, I agree. It'll make sense if we put the if you put the titles, right, of the lessons and everything. Yes. Would you mind if I closed the window? Yes. Somebody just put another answer in. Yes. Okay. So let me wrap up today's lesson. So please don't you guys forget, you are watching me right now on Smrt English on YouTube, right? So Smrt English, go there, subscribe, hit the bell button, and you will know when my next lesson is, when is Sean's next lesson, when is Kent's next lesson. All of our lessons that come up, you will know, right? If you subscribe and hit the bell button on the Smrt English page. And then, super important, look at my face and click it, right? So click my face and go to my page and then subscribe over there, because we want to beat Sean, you guys. Let's beat Sean's subscriber number. Please, come on. I know that we can do this. We can do it. Rose says, oh, now I'm sure I will never forget that would takes the past. Excellent. If that is what you remember from today's lesson, I'll be happy. That's good. Never forget that. Would always takes the past. So yeah, more importantly, remember, subscribe to my channel, Karim English with Smrt, or sorry, Smrt English with Karim, I'm sorry. And let's beat Sean's subscriber number, you guys. Come on, we can do it. And I upload stuff over there, right? So you can see some things that I upload that are English related, right? Which is a good thing. Hit me up also on Facebook. You guys are welcome to connect with me on Facebook. So Karim Smrt Live on Facebook, and you will find me. Also, Learn English on Facebook with Smrt is even better than my Facebook page because this is a large 25,000 people group. And everybody in the group is really, really cool, right? So everybody's awesome. It's a nice community. People help each other out with questions about English and things like that. It's really, really nice, right? So you guys can come and join us over there. You are very welcome to. If you like food and you eat food like the rest of us human beings, then please, I would very much appreciate it if you guys can subscribe to my personal channel, which is called Food AF. It's not English. I don't do any teaching of English over there, but I do speak in English, and I speak normally, right? So I speak the normal way that I do, not my teacher style way that I do. So you can practice listening, right? So you can go and listen to me speak in English, and you can practice listening. And probably learn a lot of vocabulary about cooking, right? So you're going to learn a lot of cooking stuff and vocabulary. So please subscribe to me over there. You guys have been really, really awesome. I cannot believe that it's already 226 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Thank you so, so much. I really, really appreciate it. And wait for this week's episode. It is going to be awesome. I'm making the best and the juiciest. I challenge anybody to make a roast beef that is juicier than the one that I'm going to make. And it's going to be cool. So wait for that. It should come out in about 2 or 3 days. And that's pretty much it. So, movie quote of the week. You guys are welcome. You guys are so welcome. Thank you for coming. It blows my mind that there are people out there that actually want to come and sit and listen to me talk for an hour and a half or 2 hours online. It's shocking, and I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. So I really, really appreciate you guys doing this. It really makes my day. I love Wednesdays now because of this, right? So thank you so much for being awesome. Okay, so here is the movie quote. So remember, please, because you guys always do this, please don't answer in the chat right now, right? Don't answer in the chat. Please don't answer in the chat, right? Don't give anybody any hints by answering in the chat. And the other reason is, after I say this every lesson, after I close the chat, I can't see it anymore, right? So I don't know what happens, but YouTube takes it somewhere and it disappears, and I can never see the chat again. So I will not see your answer, and I will not be able to figure it out. So if you know the answer, wait until the video finishes, and then put it in the comment section below. And that makes it easier also for me, because then I can very easily see who was first, right? So if you know the movie, remember, don't tell me now, put it in the chat, or sorry, in the comment section below. You guys are super welcome. You really don't need to thank me. No need, right? We had fun. It was cool. Everybody had fun. And it was nice. No need to thank. All right. So here's the movie quote. So this is from a movie. It's not too old now, but it's you can't say it's also new anymore, right? It's been out for some time. And this is a scene, and there are 2 people talking, right? So one person is a reporter, and she's talking to the main character of the film, right? So she's going to ask a question and answer, and I'm going to do both, right? So here is the movie quote. Okay, so the reporter is saying, so she's talking to the main character, and she's going, "You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?" "Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint." and then she says, "And what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?" That's not bad. That's not bad. I like that. All right, one more time. "You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?" "Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint." "And what do you say to your other name? Sorry, what do you say to your other nickname, the Merchant of Death?" That's not bad. All right, so that's it. That's the movie quote for this week. If you guys know what movie this is, don't forget, put it in the comment section down below. And there's no need for me to be small again, so let's go. And I'm big. Okay, so you guys, Abdurrahman says, "Sorry for being late." You you literally came at the last minute, Abdurrahman, today, but at least you tried. So thank you for the effort, and thank you for the intention of wanting to come. But I'm sorry it's the end of the class. But you can always watch the class after it's done, right? So I hope you watch it. Today was the third and final lesson in expressing necessities, modal verbs, and things like that. Ooh, Summer says she knows the movie and she has her nerd glasses on. Cool. Very nice. Away says she's subscribed. Thank you very much for the subscription. Much appreciated. Subscribe to Karim to beat Sean. And yes, listen to Julian. We want to beat Sean, you guys. Go subscribe to my channel and subscribe to my food channel. You will not regret it. I make weird and interesting food every week, so you should. I hope that you guys will like it. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Very, very welcome. You are all very, very welcome. All right. So I think. Oh, thank you, Judith. Thank you very much. I'll tell her you said that. Thanks a lot. You guys are welcome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'll let you guys fly away. So thank you so much for watching this week's episode, you guys, and I'll be back next Wednesday at the same time. And I think you guys wanted to do vocabulary, so we're going to do vocabulary, some kind of vocabulary next week. So stay tuned, right? Stay tuned for that next week. I'll see you guys next week. So until I see you, I have been Karim again from Smrt English, and good morning, good evening, and a good night, and I'm out.